Good morning and welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. We've had the night's auctions which started on Friday, which was quite an interesting day, or rather a long day. It's a bit long-winded when you have to watch it on the computer and what have you. So it got a little bit too much in the end, but managed to stick to it. And I managed to get a couple of bits and pieces that I wanted, which were quite nice. 1926 signatures in a nice display was one of my favourite ones, which we'll go with this lovely postcard. Probably won't make a different display out of it, but as the side that won the Ashes 1926 in the famous victory at the Oval by 289 runs. So Wilfred Rose there 4 for 44. So that's we've got all the faces to their signatures there, so that should be quite a nice presentation. So anyway, a couple of bits turned up this week. I'll just show you one of them, which is it's rather beastly coffee table book for a sporting history, which I got from Jerry, the Priory collection, which we know is Nigel Ray's collection. I thought I'd get the book and see what the real collectors do. And there's some fantastic things in here, I've got to say. I mean, obviously the Jardine cap there is one of the big things. Well, probably not one of the big things actually, if you look at all the rest of it. But there's Douglas there, look, got his bat as well. So he's got quite a nice collection there. And he's also got, if you see on the front there, that's the ball that Eddie Painter hit for 6 to win the Ashes. Fortunately for me, I've got his blazer in the collection, so it might be nice to put those two together in an exhibition at one stage perhaps. But it certainly is some fantastic eye-opening book, I've got to say. Some tremendous items in here. Nobby style stuff of football if you're a football man. All sorts of bits and pieces. Hungarian football. There's Stanley Matthews, a cup final. If you, some of you Australian people might not know about Stanley Matthews. There's Stanley Matthews' 1953 Blackpool shirt there. Called the Matthews Cup Final. So very nice, very nice stuff in there, I have to say. And he's a great collector, obviously, of all sorts of sporting stuff. So it'd be great to go and see that. He was the Saracens man, but not anymore, unfortunately. So anyway, a reason to get postcards and stuff out this week as well, with the 1926 one. And this is one that came up, which is actually a complete set, which is the cricket album. It's 36 artistic photo postcards of all the first class county teams and Warner's 11 or Warner's 18 of best cricketers and the 1905 Australian team. So that's where you get that postcard from there. And then inside there is all the postcards of all the county teams. It's a lovely thing and very rare in this form actually. There's some singular players there. What have we got on there? McGregor and Jones, Hayward, McLaren, they're all on there. So it's a very good book. So what you do, you obviously bought this book, and these are perforated edges around here, which you tore out and sent off to wherever. Inland half B, half D stamp, foreign 1D. So you've got all those counties on there. So it's quite a nice item actually, and as I say, fairly rare in its complete form. This is the 3rd edition of the Star series, 3rd edition. Not quite sure what the 3rd edition means actually, whether there's 2 other years of this, but anyway, it's a rather nice item. So the Australians on the front, so that's where you get your Australian 1905 stuff. So that's quite nice. Quite pleased to get that a few years ago. So anyway, yes, we've got a few bits and pieces on cricket balls as well come through with Matthew and what have you. So I thought I'd like to show you my white cricket ball here. I don't know if Matthew's going to be watching. This one's a white one. And it's a Spalding cricket ball. A.G. Spalding Brothers, British made. Got a white seam, so I'm not really sure whether it's a proper seam or it's a composition ball. I've got a feeling it's a composition ball, but quite a nice ball nonetheless. And that all came in a nice little box wrapped up there, so nice little container for it there. So Matthew's a big cricket ball collector, being a Kookaburra man, so I'd like to add that to the list. I expect he's got a few white balls in his collection, but anyway. So anyway, behind me today is going on quirky stuff now. Got a dinky toy. Sorry, Corgi toy, shall I say. Corgi Classics there. Which the, now what is it? What make is it? It's a Ford, I think. Ford, what's that say on there? Fordson 500-weight van. So there we are with the Hotspur advert on the side there with the cricketer. So it's quite a nice little van there. It's got comic as a registration plate there. So it's quite a nice little book in its car, and its little booklet here that tells you all about bits and pieces. There's the Hotspur there. That's what it comes in. And this is the limited edition. There were 7,500 of these made, which is quite a lot. This is 7,131. So still a couple of them around, but anyway, that one's in my collection, so quite pleased to have that. It's a bit of a quirky item. And then behind me today, I've got going back to the advertising bits and pieces today on this one, which is MCC Australia. It's 1955, I think, this one. Alec Bedser and Eric Bedser there with their advertising Bluebird portable typewriter, which is quite a nice large photograph there of Eric. I've got that one out played basically because I bought another thing at auction yesterday. It's got a studio photograph of Eric Bedser along with all the Surrey players that were presented to the King. So that's quite a nice advertising board there. The Bluebird portable typewriter is on the tour. Quite nice. It's obviously signed by Eric and Alec down the bottom here, which is quite a nice item. They're quite pleased with that. Put that back up there. So that's about it. Yeah, so that's about it for this week. I'll just log into tonight's auction in a minute. I'm not going to spend all day on it, that's for sure. It's interesting to see what goes on. Just to let you know that these beautiful diaries here, I think there was 4 or 5 of them. They went for 46,000 quid, plus the buyer's premium and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite a hefty lump there. But very interesting to read. It's a shame there weren't more photographs in it that might bring it to life a bit more. But a good read anyway, just to see what went on in those early tours, which is something that possibly whoever's bought it might write a book on it perhaps, so we can all enjoy them. So that's a nice thing there. I was just trying to check who the diaries that were owned by. Here we go. What's it here? Sorry to be confusing for you. 280. So yeah, got Lee Barrett is the Norfolk CCC man who went on the tour. So quite a nice item there from the night's auction. The site's a little bit fragmented there, but anyway, I hope you've sort of enjoyed that this morning. And we've got Nicholas Sharp lined up. Unfortunately, he's got to have a slight hospital treatment for a week or two, so he can be here 2 or 3 weeks. And I've also asked James Marchant to do a little video for us. So with a bit of luck, they'll be coming over in the next few weeks. If any of you want to send a video, we can put it on. I can try and bumble my way through it and do an introduction to it perhaps, but that might need someone with a little bit more technical experience than me on the camera. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's one, which is number 104. So I'll see you on the next one next week. Have a good week. Cheers.